What if the food you eat every day slowly changes how your body works without you even noticing? What if tiny sugar particles inside your blood could silently affect your eyes, heart, nerves, and kidneys over time? Today we're going deep inside the human body to see how diabetes begins, how it develops, and how it affects different organs, all in clear 3D detail. Let's begin with a healthy human body. Right now, you are looking at a healthy human body. Every second, millions of tiny processes are happening inside. Your heart is beating. Your lungs are breathing. Your cells are working hard to produce energy. But one of the most important systems working quietly in the background is the glucose control system. Glucose, also known as blood sugar, is the main source of energy for the body. Without it, your muscles couldn't move, your brain couldn't think, and your organs couldn't function. Everything begins with the food we eat. When you eat foods rich in carbohydrates like rice, bread, pasta, or sugary snacks, your body begins the process of digestion. Digestion starts in the mouth. Your teeth break food into smaller pieces while saliva begins chemical digestion. After swallowing, food travels down the esophagus and enters the stomach. But this is only the beginning. The real breakdown happens in the small intestine. Inside the small intestine, carbohydrates are broken down into glucose molecules, tiny particles that the body can use for energy. These glucose molecules pass through the walls of the intestine and enter the bloodstream. This is how sugar from food enters your blood. At this moment, your blood sugar level begins to rise. But your body has a powerful system designed to control this rise. Once glucose enters the bloodstream, it begins traveling throughout the body. Blood vessels act like highways, delivering glucose to muscles, organs, and tissues. But glucose cannot enter cells by itself. It needs help. That help comes from an important organ called the pancreas. The pancreas plays a critical role in controlling blood sugar levels. Inside the pancreas are special cells called beta cells. These cells produce a hormone known as insulin. Insulin is released into the bloodstream when blood sugar levels rise. Its job is simple but extremely important. It helps glucose enter body cells. Without insulin, glucose would remain trapped in the blood. Think of insulin as a key. Each body cell has tiny locks on its surface called receptors. When insulin attaches to these receptors, the cell door opens. Glucose moves inside the cell. Once inside, glucose is used to produce energy. This system keeps blood sugar levels balanced and stable. But over time, this system can begin to fail. In many people, cells slowly become less sensitive to insulin. This condition is called insulin resistance. The insulin key is still present, but the locks on the cells do not respond properly. As a result, glucose cannot enter cells easily. Instead, it begins to build up in the bloodstream. At first, the body tries to fix the problem. As glucose continues to stay in the blood, sugar levels begin to rise higher than normal. The bloodstream becomes crowded with excess glucose. This condition is known as high blood sugar, also called hyperglycemia. High blood sugar does not always cause immediate symptoms, but inside the body, important changes are already happening. To compensate for insulin resistance, the pancreas works harder, produces more insulin than usual. At this stage, blood sugar may still appear normal because the pancreas is working overtime. But this constant overwork places stress on the beta cells. Over time, this stress takes a toll on the pancreas. Eventually, the beta cells in the pancreas begin to weaken. They can no longer produce enough insulin. This condition is known as pancreatic fatigue. With less insulin available, glucose remains trapped in the bloodstream. Now, blood sugar levels begin to rise more consistently. This marks the transition toward diabetes. At this stage, diabetes has developed. Blood sugar levels remain high because glucose cannot enter cells effectively. Without enough insulin, or when cells resist insulin, the body struggles to maintain balance. Over time, excess glucose in the bloodstream begins to affect tissues and organs. And this effect spreads throughout the body. One of the first areas affected by diabetes is the blood vessels. High sugar levels affect the delicate inner lining of vessel walls. This leads to inflammation and narrowing of the vessels. Narrowed vessels reduce blood flow, and reduced blood flow limits oxygen delivery to tissues. This is the beginning of many long-term complications. The eyes are especially sensitive to blood vessel changes. Tiny vessels in the retina can become weak and may leak fluid. This condition is known as diabetic retinopathy. Fluid leakage and reduced blood flow can lead to blurred vision. Over time, vision problems may become more noticeable. Maintaining healthy blood sugar levels helps protect eyesight. The kidneys also play an important role in filtering the blood. Inside each kidney are tiny structures called glomeruli. These filters remove waste products from the bloodstream. But high blood sugar can damage these delicate filters. Over time, the kidneys become less efficient. This condition is known as diabetic kidney disease. High blood sugar can also affect nerves. This condition is called diabetic neuropathy. Nerve signals begin to slow down. People may experience numbness, tingling, or reduced sensation, especially in the hands and feet. Reduced sensation increases the risk of unnoticed injuries. And unnoticed injuries may take longer to heal. The heart and blood vessels also face increased strain. High glucose levels contribute to plaque buildup inside arteries. This condition narrows the arteries and reduces blood flow. As the heart works harder to pump blood, the risk of cardiovascular problems increases. Maintaining healthy blood sugar levels supports heart health and circulation. Diabetes can also affect how the skin heals. Small cuts or wounds may take longer to repair. Reduced blood flow slows the delivery of oxygen and nutrients needed for healing. As a result, healing becomes slower than normal. This makes proper wound care and regular monitoring especially important. In advanced cases, delayed healing and reduced sensation can lead to more serious complications. Foot ulcers may develop when injuries are not noticed early. These open wounds require careful medical attention and monitoring. Preventive care, regular checkups, and proper management are essential to reduce risks. Early detection makes a major difference in protecting long-term health. The good news is that diabetes can often be managed, and in many cases prevented, through healthy daily habits. Balanced nutrition helps control blood sugar levels. Regular physical activity improves how the body uses insulin. Routine medical checkups allow early detection and proper treatment. Understanding how diabetes develops is the first step toward protecting your health. Now that you've seen how diabetes begins and how it develops inside the body, you understand why awareness matters. Knowledge is one of the most powerful tools for protecting your health. If you found this video helpful and easy to understand, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We create detailed 3D medical animations that make complex health topics simple and visual. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and stay informed with more science-based health videos. Stay curious, stay informed, and stay healthy.